I want to touch on real quick today is the anti-aging world is based on collagen loss. As we get older, we start losing about 1% of our collagen after age 20. And that is what keeps your skin wrinkle-free and looking tight. And the way to really combat that is with a really strong regimen. And you're going to want to have some peptides in the regimen. And peptides help rebuild the collagen. They signal to your skin to rebuild the collagen and strengthen it. Same thing with niacinamide, but peptides really are the answer to what you're looking for. We have that in our Completist here. This guy. This is, that's the secret to, everybody knows what a skincare regimen is. And before, I really dove deep into this thing, I was a wash my face with a really inappropriate face wash. Now I know better. Now we have gone on the deepest of deep dives, and we have come up with the solution that you need is to not have a face wash full of sulfates. Like if it's foaming up, this is bad. This is bad. And I know there's a bunch of foaming face washes out there. Don't get that. That's not good for you. You don't have to buy ours, but you're not going to want to buy whatever the fuck. Stay away from that shit. That's just not happening. It's not good for your skin. It's just not good for you. And it strips your skin of the essentials that it needs. If you have something that's a cream-based cleanser with a nice exfoliant that's not too powerful. We went on the deep dive for exfoliants. I had originally started with the idea of bamboo. I had a cleanser that had bamboo in it, and I thought that might be a kind of hip, cool thing. Had bamboo, tried it out. You can dye it weird colors and all that. And it's kind of cool, modern thing. Bamboo, sounds natural. And we tried that out, and then I was in Florence, Italy, and I was looking at the Michelangelo's David. It's not the real David that's sitting outside because crazy people ruin everything, so they put the real one in a museum, but they still have a replica that's, whatever, outside. I'm looking at this thing, and I was thinking, we should use marble like the David, because it's the most amazing natural image of the male figure created by probably the greatest master ever. It's arguable, but still, you get my point. And I thought that would be the coolest story. People could buy into that story. So we tried it, kind of, because it turns out marble is a bit carcinogenic, so you can't really use it, but you can fake it a little bit with used silica. We put that in there. Man, it was ripping my face off when I was trying it. I was like, this isn't possible. I mean, there's a lot of people that, when we did our marketing survey, some people are like, I really like it, but I like a little more grit. No, you don't. You don't like that much grit because you can't use it. It's not for your hands. It's not like, remember that lava soap? It was rock. It was lava rock in a soap. Remember that? That was for people that had that worked, in a garage all day, and they had oil all over their hands. It was for men that had really factory jobs where they couldn't use a normal, hand soap that you would buy, the pump soap that you have next to the sink in your house. They need lava. They need a real thing. Next thing's paint thinner after that. So that became clear that wasn't really the best way forward. And so we used finely milled volcanic sand, which I use twice a day. And during the testing, it was so obvious that was the choice, that was the best choice, that we were just like, that's clearly it, even though it doesn't have as fun of a story. It's just so much better of a product that we just have to go what's best. And I understand that for marketing purposes, but fuck marketing purposes. I think that it's the best product that's going to win in the end, because you're like, that's a cool story, Michelangelo's David, awesome idea, fragrance was still going to be the same and all that, but I'm going to buy that, I'm going to try it out, and then your face rips off. No repeat customer is going to, it's like, who cares? So we had to do it for people that want the same solution repeatedly, Because if you work out, like if you train and you work out and you get up early and you do the work every single day, you're gonna not have a problem using a finely milled volcanic sand face scrub every single day. Every day. Like I do it because I train every day. I get up really early, like I said, and I just train. And that is the reason this is the way it is. This is the juggernaut. And like, it's named that way because you kind of have to be a juggernaut to use the shit. For real. It is for that guy. All right? If you're not that guy, I don't know. Go get something else. It's okay. Then come the peptides. Now we're talking. Now we're in the mix. I'm making it sound like it's this big event. This is less than 2 minutes out of your day, but really, you can make it an event. I do. I love it because 2 years of creation, you know, of making the best products that we could possibly come up with, measuring them against everybody, you know, trying out every product on the market and being like, we can do better. We can do better than this. I know we can do better because the men's market is so empty. It's so shallow and empty that, like, you know, it's the bottleneck. Like I said in the last video, it's like most guys just don't get spoken to about this stuff. It just doesn't speak to them. So they miss out on so much opportunity to look better, feel better, have more confidence, impress your wife, impress your girlfriend. Like, she walk into your bathroom and see that you got some real shit. She's gonna be like, oh, okay. And girls notice that little stuff. I remember when I was with my now wife, when we were just kind of dating. She lived in Italy and I was in New York, and I met her via being a musician. And she came to visit, and she went into the bathroom, and I had some tissues in the bathroom. I had read somewhere that, like, just make sure that you have some tissues in the bathroom. Your girlfriend or wife will think that that's really impressive. And I was like, that sounds goofy as hell, but all right. So I bought some, and I put them in there. She said, I got some tissues in the bathroom. That's cool. I was like, oh, it's not a lie. Same thing, no joke, okay? She'll see that, and she'll be like, this dude goes the extra step. And that is why the product is called Completist, because you are a completist. And this is where we went with the peptides, because we're talking about collagen loss, we're talking about strengthening collagen, we're talking about doing the best we can to hold on to what we've got. Nobody wants to get old. That sucks. If you don't have to, and you're not really into, like, personally for me, I'm not getting Botox. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I know people that do that. Really, a combination of both things, you're gonna have to do that anyway. But I don't want to get injections in my face. Just don't want to do that. It's not my vibe, it's not who I am. I know who I am, and that ain't it. Never say never, but right now, as the guy that's sitting here in the woods, talking, moving his hands around, not getting Botox. That's not for me. And we made this, we chose niacinamide over retinol because retinol is too harsh on your skin. Turns it red. Not interested in that. Niacinamide is the workhorse. It is the workhorse of the skincare business. That is your answer. It's as easy as that. And then we made a beautiful fragrance of pink grapefruit and sandalwood, and just, man, we make it amazing, you know. But also the packaging, like when you get it, this bottle, it's just so good. It's all great. And then, of course, in our hydrator, we have caffeine. I don't have to keep going on and on. I really just wanted to talk about collagen. And that is why I spend a little extra time on the serum, because that's the one that has peptides in it. And peptides are what strengthen your skin and slow down the aging process and give you the ability to stay in the game, feel good. I mean, it's weird, man. You know, I remember when I first moved to New York City, I'd walk down the street and I felt people were looking at me. Maybe they weren't, maybe it was my ego, maybe whatever. But maybe I needed that. Maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I needed that to be true, but I felt like it was true. And then that stopped. Because, you know, you're not young. You don't have that vitality, that energy. You don't need a serum. You don't need those things. You just are. You're in it. You have this magical period, this little window in your life where it's like you're completely infallible, indestructible, you know. And you waste it. Of course you do. You're supposed to. Fucking blast, man. And then, yeah. And then it starts to slip away, and you know, it's like that Talking Head song, which I can't stand, but it is true. Like, how did I get here? Whose beautiful house is this? Whose beautiful wife is this? You know, like, I'm not that big of a goof. I know whose it is, and it was a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work to get it. No joke. Waking up that early every morning. I feel like it's my block responsibility to get up that early. Nobody's fucking around on this. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Nobody's gonna mess around on this block. You know, like I'm up. I'm out there. I'm running. I like that feeling, because those protective impulses hit you when you have children and when you have a wife and you leave the renter's mentality, when you have skin in the game. When you have skin in the game, when you're a man, you have skin in the game. People that, if you're not a man, it's like, it's impossible to explain how that protective impulse is so built inside of men. It's so built within us that it really comes out when you have kids, a home, and a family, and you're like, I'm keeping watch, because this is my responsibility. And that's more than a job, more than anything. It becomes your defining moment as a man. How are you going to approach this situation? Who are you, dude? What are you going to do with this? You know, how will you be remembered? Because being remembered by your children is who you are. So that's it, and I'll go deeper dive on everything. Again, we're doing Monday and Friday videos, new content, and I feel so good. I don't want to stop. I'll just keep going. It's so nice out here. It's so beautiful. It's probably the longest one I did, and it's just because I don't want to stop talking. So anyway, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Have a great weekend.